Good morning everyone and welcome to yet another vlog. Apparently that's all my channel is good for. Last night I used the Dyson Airwrap again and it did a pretty good job. Like I haven't brushed my hair this morning, just been kind of finger combing it, and it seems to still be holding quite a bit of wave. Not on this side. This side I must have slept really super funny on because it's kind of jagged. It didn't look like that last night, but this side looks really nice, and apparently Ori wanted to come in. But yeah, this side looks pretty nice, I think, still. So on today's agenda, I am wanting to go to Target today and try out a few different things. So I enjoy that my workplace that I work at has a Starbucks on the inside, and usually whenever I go in, if I'm feeling like getting a Starbucks that day, I usually get a venti vanilla sweet cream cold brew. And then the other day I got kind of tired of getting that because I always get it and it's easy, but I wanted to mix it up a little bit. And so this time I got the vanilla sweet cream. Instead of just the cream, I got that as a foam, and then I got 2 pumps of mocha, and it was so life-changingly good, and I can't stop thinking about it. And I was like, how cool would it be to make that at home? Because I already make cold brew. I literally always have it ready in my refrigerator. So I was like, why not just go ahead and make it and stop spending, $5-6 at Starbucks whenever I could just, spend a little bit of money now and then have a lot more later. So I kind of want to make my own little mocha sauce, which doesn't seem too hard. Also just kind of getting ready today too, because I want to stream later on. And I always feel a lot more confident in myself whenever I have a little bit of makeup on. Just feel like I can be myself a little bit more. Kind of want to do that and see how it goes. But let me know in the comments down below. Are you a coffee drinker? Are you a tea drinker? Do you like caffeine at all? Do you abstain from caffeine? I love caffeine. I love sweet tea, I love hot teas, I love coffee, and I love Alani energy drinks. I used to really love to drink Red Bull, just the regular blue Red Bull, the original flavor. Every single time I would get a flavored flavor of Red Bull, it was just not the same. It was one of those moments where you expect it to taste like something else, and so every single time you drink it, it's kind of ruined. So I always, every time I would drink a Red Bull that wasn't the original blue one, I would expect it to taste like that. For some reason, I just expected it to taste like that. And so it would ruin the flavor for me. It's just like whenever, I don't know if anybody else experiences this, it's just like whenever you go out to to eat somewhere and you normally order a sweet tea, right? You normally go out to drink, you order a sweet tea. And then for some reason, you're like, you know what, I want a Dr. Pepper this time around. And so you order a Dr. Pepper, and then you take a big drink, and you think for some reason that it's a sweet tea, and then the whole entire drink is ruined. I could just be weird. It could just be me with crazy experiences like that. But, oh well. Alright, well, I'm going to finish getting ready, and I'll see y'all in a little bit. Okay, so we are back from Target, and I picked up a few things. Most of them were what I was already planning on picking up. One of them, not so much. Do I love sleeping in a really nice, luxurious bed and feeling like a queen all night long? Yes. Do I want to pay for that? No. So I picked up some new sheets that were like 30 bucks for the queen size. It's ridiculous how expensive sheets are, especially at Target. And especially because like the main Target line wants you to buy a fitted sheet and like the flat sheet, whatever you want to call that, the easy sheet to fold separately, and then they're going to be way more expensive. And it's just, it's like whenever you want like a really fun, exciting car for your first car, like you want to get something, like I wanted a Volkswagen Bug, like a yellow Volkswagen Bug with the yellow flower in the center like everybody does, and then the yellow like headlights, well, not the yellow headlights, the little flower headlights. Like that was my dream, that was what I wanted. Hopefully I include a picture of it right here. But that did not happen because my dad talked me out of it, because maintenance on those types of things are very expensive. So whenever you're getting a new bed and you're thinking you want to opt for the queen or the king, think about it twice, because things to put on those beds like sheets and comforters and quilts, those are so freaking expensive in comparison. Although I really do enjoy sleeping on our queen bed, especially because I share a bed with my boyfriend, so we need a little bit of room. But yeah, I got these. This is like gray, plaid, checkered, whatever you want to call it, and I typically just use white sheets, but I'm gonna try some gray ones this time. I'm gonna try a little bit of a design. And then the main reason that I went to Target was to pick up some stuff to make for my coffee. And I picked up this classic caramel, and it's sugar-free, I don't know if that matters, and a vanilla syrup as well. And one of the main things I needed was unsweetened cocoa powder and powdered sugar. And I also picked up some heavy whipping cream. I'm going to do a little experiment because I already have some creamer in my fridge, and it's like the Italian sweet cream. And I'm gonna try and froth that to see if I can get a nice little foam out of it first. And if I can't, I'm going to put some heavy whipping cream in it to see if that'll make it froth. And I'm not really worried about this like going bad or not being used, because we use heavy whipping cream, not often, but often enough that it won't go to waste. I also picked up this. It's like a chicken carbonara, quick and easy pasta. It's supposed to take like 10 minutes, and I'm getting kind of hangry, and I was like, well, let me just try that out. I've never tried it out before. And you're right now balanced on some drumsticks, the vanilla little Nutty Buddies. Let me know if you guys call them Nutty Buddies or not, because that's what I always call them in school, Nutty Buddies. But they're the drumsticks, just the regular vanilla. So that's hilarious. Nutty Buddies. That name, that word, those words literally escaped me until now. And it just was crazy how it just like popped in my head like that. Wow. Okay, let me go and start heating up my pasta and start experimenting with this coffee. So what I was told off of the YouTube is what I need to do is I need to mix 1 part cocoa powder and then 5 parts powdered sugar. And then I gotta mix that into about a cup of hot water. And then I add a little bit of like vanilla or caramel to like sweeten it up a little bit, because this is unsweetened cocoa powder. Like, I know if you were a kid and you saw this laying around at your house, you probably thought that this was gonna be crazy sweet and like amazing, but it's absolutely not. It is very, very opposite. Before I forget, I'm gonna go ahead and start warming up some hot water really quick. So now while we're waiting for the water to get hot, I'm gonna go ahead and start mixing up my dry components, my dry mix. Oh my goodness. I don't have like a weight or anything like that, so I'm just gonna take like a heaping spoonful. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the powdered sugar, but I'm going to do 5 of them. Now I'm going to whisk them together. Until everything's thoroughly mixed together. So while this is mixed, now we gotta wait till the water gets nice and hot and then we'll come back. All right, so a little time has passed. I was able to wash all of my dishes, which really needed to be done, and the water, of course, is boiled. So I'm going to pour in, ooh, hot, 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 a cup of water.
Wow, so editing Heather here, and this is where I go wrong. I say that I'm supposed to add in a cup of hot water, but that could not be more false than anything. So what I'm supposed to do is correct. I'm supposed to add 1 part cocoa powder and 5 parts brown sugar, which is correct. But then I'm supposed to slowly but surely incorporate the hot water into the mixing measurement container, and then I'm supposed to incorporate the dry into the water until they together reach a cup. So like you have like half a cup of hot water, and then you stir in the dry until you reach that cup. So don't do what I do, but do enjoy the show, as I am very perplexed and confused in this clip. So I hope you enjoy.
Into my little dude here. And then I'm going to, Ori, quit kicking the tripod. Then I'm going to slowly pour this in to there as well. Now, if you're wondering why I didn't just pour the hot water into the bowl, I don't make the rules here. I was just following what another guy did on the YouTubes. I'll try and remember to link that video down below. This smells really, really good, but it's not thick at all. So I think I need to make a little bit more of a powdered mixture. One moment, please. So what I did wrong was I was supposed to use half a cup of hot water and then try to mix it all up until your measuring cup reaches a cup in the end. So like mix your dry ingredients into the hot water until your measuring cup is at a cup. But I tasted it and it tastes really good. So I think I'm going to just continue from there. And in his video, he added a little bit of caramel, and I like the idea of that. Giving it just a little bit of a splash. Oh, of course it's got one of those little things underneath of it. Oh, it smells good. So I'm just gonna add a little splash of that. And I guess it's not really, it doesn't really have to be super thick because it's supposed to be like a syrupy sauce type of thing. And it looks pretty good and it smells even better. So let me, wow, that tastes really, really good. So I'm going to try that into my coffee now. So I feel like the best way to do this, so I took a cup that is close to venti size as possible. And I think I'm just going to take like a couple spoonfuls and pour it in there. See how that goes. And then I'm going to pour my coffee, my cold brew on there. And then save a little, Then I'm gonna save a little bit of room for hopefully the cold foam. Now, I'm gonna try it with this Italian sweet cream and Coffee Mate. I'm just gonna see if it'll foam up for me. Haven't used this in a little while, but I did make sure that it was nice and clean. So now it's frothing. So now we're just gonna wait for this to see if it does froth. And if it doesn't, then I'm gonna add that half and half into it and see if that'll froth it. It does look like it's frothing though. Ooh! This is so exciting. Like if I get this to work, then I'll never have to buy another coffee again. Unless I'm like feeling super duper lazy. So this is what it looks like. It doesn't look quite foamy enough, but almost. Okay, I'm gonna just, oh my gosh, that tastes so good too. Oh my God, it looks so good. It definitely is probably too much, but look how cool it looks. I'm so excited. Let me taste it now. Oh my gosh, it's really sweet. This is probably a little bit more cold foam that you guys can't even see me. Let me just fix that. So I definitely put too much cold foam in it, so the drink is like really, really sweet. And I'm not the type of person that just wants to completely drink dessert for coffee. I do like a little bit of a sweeter coffee rather than like completely black, but I don't want it to be overboard. This is a borderline, probably is overboard for it, but it's really, really good. So if you are trying to make a cold foam drink, you can definitely use your creamer that you have. I still have a little bit extra, so I didn't even use all of it, but it is really, really good. I should have shook up the coffee with the mocha in it, because that would probably taste even better. Just gonna give it a little stir though, so I can get that mocha incorporated. I'm a happy girl. Wow, I'm so excited that worked out. Yay. I just heated up my lunch, which was that chicken carbonara, and it looks pretty good, smells pretty good. And I'm going to go eat that and be right back. All right, so now for some of my planty people out there, I thought it would be nice to give you guys a little bit of a update on how my Millspo is doing and what I have going on in there, because I definitely have changed a lot of things. A lot of things are in different mediums than they were. So let me show you guys what's going on in there. So right next to it, I still have my Thai Constellation. It's doing okay. This leaf is still kind of yellowing, but still hanging in there nonetheless. And then we have these two. There's a tiny little baby. Well, I'm not even showing you the wall. There's like a little baby in there who just hasn't decided to come out yet. So hopefully soon, maybe. Can you work on that for me, little guy? And then over here is my beautiful El Choco Red. I refuse, let me zoom out. I refuse to call it the new name because one, I can't remember it, and two, I just love the name El Choco. And he's doing really, really well. I switched him over to Leca not too long ago, and he's just growing beautifully. I mean, this is the newest leaf. It's huge. Look at the back. It's a beautiful leaf. And then my string of hearts, they do okay. It's really, really tangly right here from where my cat pulled it down one day, and I could not untangle it for the life of me. And so it's going all the way down to the floor. Yeah, it's a mess. I need to do something with it. And right behind him is one of my little oh my gosh, I couldn't think of the name, Albo Monsteras, and it has a really new, brand new leaf. I am so good with words today. The brand new leaf right there is like super variegated, and I think it looks hot. And so let's look inside. Hello, Ori. Welcome to the show yet again. And so on the top, we have a lot going on. On the bottom is a little bit more organized or vacant. Anyway, so the top is kind of like this because it's like the problem area. I have a lot of crap going on up here, and I don't really want to put anything down here or subjugate it to any part of my house that doesn't get decent lighting, because up here I have thrips and spider mites. I just cannot get rid of them. I spray my plants down constantly. I'm constantly on the lookout, and I just can't seem to get rid of them. But I have a brand new Frigidii leaf. It's beautiful. This one is on the way out. Also, look at all that thrip damage and spider mite damage. It's just horrible. Crystallinum, same story. Brand new giant beautiful leaf. Like, that's huge. That is huge. But my anthurium, this one is doing really, really well. I put him into leca, and his roots are so happy. Let's see if I can get some better lighting. Yeah, his roots are very, very happy in there ever since I converted him. But also, I just can't keep the pests at bay. Like, literally, this one had thrips on it like nobody's business, and I gave it a really good spray down. I don't see anything at this very moment, but I also see, like, you won't be able to see it. There's right there. There's a little spider mite. Just don't know what to do. It's so aggravating. Here's my newest Hoya sulawesi leaf. It's beautiful. I love this Hoya. It's probably one of my favorite Hoyas, other than the original Hoya Bella. I love that plant. That's probably like my pride and joy. But this one takes a close second. I love this plant. I just love the way that it grows, the veining on it. It's just, it's just good. These guys are doing good up here. These are both of the variegated Hoya compactas, inward and outward, outer, inner, whatever you want to call it. My queen is doing really good. I converted her into leca. Got a lot of new roots just clinging onto the clay pebbles, and a new growth point. Well, new little baby is going to be coming out sometime soon. I need to do something with this Hoya macrophylla, also known as, well, Hoya latifolia, also known as Hoya macrophylla. Names. This guy hasn't done very well in a very long time. He just keeps on growing, but also losing his leaves, so he looks like a weed at this point. He doesn't look very good. And here is the mother plant. I put her into leca. I need to fill up the water reservoir. I'm gonna do that right now. But the conversion for this guy is not going as well as a lot of my other plants. It's not taking to it very well. But this was also kind of like an experiment, so I hope that it perks up. Ugh. And down here, I kind of like have my Monstera albo propagation center. This one is the only one so far that has failed. I had 4 propagations. This one completely rotted, but I just kept it here just in hopes. Here is another one that literally was about to rot, and I cut it multiple times. I cut it specifically so I would have a lot of room for error, and it just kept on rotting in the sphagnum moss. But if you look closely, oh my gosh, Ori, get out of the way. Like, look, I have Ori. This has to be here. But if I can get it to focus. Ooh. Ori, move! I literally can't do anything with you in my lap. Go. 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 Get up. Thank you. What a bad baby. Anyway, so let me show you. So it has a little point right here and a small one right there. It's finally growing. I'm so excited because literally this was the node. I cut it all the way back. So it looks like it's going to make it after all. I did like a last ditch effort and put it into water, and that seemed to be what it liked. It completely stopped rotting, and I'm so very thankful for it because I really wanted all these propagations to make it, and obviously they can't always, all of them can't always make it, but I'm just really, really happy that 3 out of 4 did. So let me show you the next one. This one is doing really well. He's got a nice little growth point coming out right there. Got some good roots going in right there as well. Ori is back and better than ever, apparently. Oh my God. And then my third and final one. So here, this one has the best roots so far, and also a nice little growth point in there. So he's doing good. So those are my elbows. But let me show you guys the main thing that I'm most excited about. I literally prayed to the gods that somebody would help me out with this plant because it's been well over a year since I've had new growth on this plant. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I am so excited that this guy is finally putting out new growth for me, or you can't be in here. I'm talking about the Hoya obovata, not you. But I'm so freaking excited. I'm elated. So it's been well over a year since this plant has put out any type of growth for me. I've cut it like either 2 or 3 times in hopes that it would promote some new growth, but it did like literally the opposite. It stunted it, and this guy has been so unhappy. And I told it, I said, I promise you, I'll never, ever cut you again if you'll just grow for me. And it took probably another month or 2, and it finally put out these little growth points. Like, I don't think you guys understand. I was so close to just like throwing this guy away because I could not get it to grow to save my life. So I will never cut this. I hope it becomes this giant, huge beast. And if I do cut it, it will not be to sell it. It will be to put right back into the pot. And that probably won't be for a long time anyway. I'm just so excited that it's finally freaking growing. Thank you. And then I have this tiny little baby crystallinum who put out this new little leaf. And I just think it's really kind of cute and unique. These guys are on their way out. I wasn't doing a very good job at keeping this guy watered. So I put him in this little container, and I just water the container every once in a while when I see it start to get a little on the crunchy side. And that has really, really helped keep this guy nice and moist. It also had some thrips at one point, but I think I had it up on the top with the other plants. So, and my Amedrium medium silver is just the bee's knees to me, honestly. I love, love, love this plant. It's got some really beautiful, like, maturing type of leaves for me. It was putting out like really, really sad, pathetic leaves. Like, look at this one. And I just need to cut it off at this point. It's like so yellow and ugly. But in comparison, it just makes these guys look so friggin' gorgeous. I'm ready for it to put out another new leaf. It's got a really long runner going on right now. It's like running all the way. It's running all the way all over the place. But the good thing is that this plant, whenever it puts out these runners, like the runners propagate really, really easy. So if you're looking to like make some money off of this plant, it's very, very easy because literally I could propagate so much of this runner and have brand new plants. So I say it's a pretty high success on propagating. So out of Apoincy, I really need to pot him into something new. But the bad thing is that his aerial roots are all dug into that moss pole. I really would hate to break him out of that. But he would probably do really good for me outside in like a nice big pot, especially because I live in Florida, and he would probably just have such a better time out there. And I mean, his leaves are really nice and thick, so they would be nice and hardy out there. They'd be able to withstand the outside, as opposed to some of the plants I have. that are a little bit more fragile. But I'm gonna save that for a later day. Look at it. Squeeze it. Okay, so anybody who's on this book journey with me, and you guys know that I'm reading the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, and I'm on my last one. I'm on the A Court of Silver Flames, and I'm so upset because the book before this was so tiny, and I feel like there could have just been so many more words said in that book. And I'm kind of sad about this book, even though it's like really, really good. It's told from somebody else's perspective for the most part. And I just I miss the perspective of Feyre. I think that's how you say her name. At least that's how I've been saying her name in my head. I really miss hearing what's going on with her. And I think you say his name Rysand, and you call him Rysand? I don't know. It's just kind of like how I read things in my head sometimes. But I'm just so sad, and I keep picking it up, and I want to read it. It's so good still, but I don't want it to end. And I ordered a book. What is it called? I have no idea what it's called, but I will put a picture of it on the screen. It's supposed to be another series by the same writer, and I think her name is Jessica Mass. But anyway, it's supposed to give you a little bit more information on what's kind of like going on. At least that's what I was told by one of my friends who recommended this series to me in the first place. But yeah, I'm just kind of like slowly reading it and waiting for that other book to arrive. But the only good thing is that the writer has said that there will be another book, and she's not like completely done with the series, so that is, light at the end of the tunnel, I guess. But I don't know, just like it hurts me whenever I find a really good book or a really good series and it's coming to an end, or I'm down to like the last book and then you gotta wait for the next one. It's like the Game of Thrones thing all over again, where you're so invested and you binge like the whole entire series and then you gotta wait for the next one, and it takes like years and years. But anyway, it's like a bittersweet moment trying to finish the book. So good. I want to finish it, but I don't want to finish it at the same time because I don't want it to end. Even though it's not technically ending, it's ending for me in this moment. So if you have any really good book recommendations, I am going to read those other 2 books from her. I think it's just 2 books right now in the series that I'm going to be reading. I might consider reading, I think it's Crescent Hill. I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, there's like 2 other series that she writes, and they're really good too. So I've heard. But if you have any other like romance, fantasy, fiction books that you really recommend that you think that I might not have read like the House of Night series. I really loved that series. But yeah, leave your recommendations down in the comments below. I would love to hear them. But I think that's pretty much all I have for today's vlog. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. A little bit of some coffee, some barely any food, and then, a little haul and some plants in the end. And some books. We really do it all over here. I'm probably going to be streaming a little bit tonight. If you haven't already subscribed to my second channel, it is called Evadine Gaming. Go ahead and head on over there and hit that subscribe button and show that channel some love. I chat with you guys, I play some video games, pretty much do whatever. And I will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoy these long, chatty, vloggy type videos of kind of like what I do on a day. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you again so much for watching. Scam Likely is calling me. Apparently they need to get a hold of me. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Thanks again for watching.